Cooking with Gloria. Today I want to share with you a very delicious salmon going to be cooked in the oven with puff pastry that I know that you guys are going to love and enjoy. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. My ingredients: I have Himalaya salt, black pepper, butter, garlic cloves, a cookie cream cheese, broccoli, dill, 1 egg, onion, spinach, puff pastry, and of course the Atlantic salmon. Let's get ready. Let's start with this delicious dish. I have all my veggies here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just rinse them in running water. I am gonna start with my dill. I want to make sure that everything is really nice and rinsed through running water. One by one, I'm pulling apart my broccoli and then just clean it very good. This is completely done. And now I am going to start by chopping my spinach just like this. We want to go ahead, and when this is done, we're gonna start with our dill. I'm just taking the really ends off, and then we're just gonna go ahead and dice it really finely because we are going to add our dill to our cream cheese. The dill really is going to give it such a delicious flavor to the cream cheese. I'm adding the cream cheese here, and I'm just gonna mix it around until everything is really nice and incorporated and nice and soft. This is completely done. Now I'm going to continue with my onion. I'm going to slice it and then dice it in very tiny little pieces, and I'm going to transfer it to the plate. I have my 2 garlic cloves. I'm going to do the same thing, dice them really finely. We want the garlic to release all the delicious flavor. I have everything here. I have preheated my pan, and I'm adding my 2 tablespoons of butter, adding the garlic, and of course adding the onion. Once this is really nice and incorporated and it's nice and crispy just like this, then when this is completely done, what I'm going to do now is remove it from the pan, transfer it to a little plate, and then I'm adding my spinach. We want to go ahead and just mix it around, and you will see that it's going to be very little left. I tipped a little over the pan so that all the liquids really come out of the spinach. And now I am ready to add the spinach to the onion and garlic. Let's mix everything really well. Look how nice and incorporated this is. Now I have 1 egg here. This is for my egg wash so that I could just brush it on top of the puff pastry when I'm ready to do that. Well, here I'm just adding a little bit of all-purpose flour to my counter, and I'm going to start adding my puff pastry. I cut it in little squares, and now be generous with your cream cheese. I'm adding first the cream cheese, and then I am going to add the salmon. But before I do, I'm going to add a little bit of the black pepper and a little bit of salt right on the top. This is the only thing I'm adding to my salmon. And once this is done, we're just gonna rub it in and then add it directly to the cream cheese. On the other side, I'm adding a little of black pepper and salt. We wanna make sure that both sides of the salmon have the black pepper and the salt. And now right on the top, I'm going to top it off with the spinach and all those delicious flavors. I'm just going to go ahead, put it aside, and I'm going to get another little piece of puff pastry, and I'm just going to roll one or twice just to make it just a little more larger than the regular piece I have on the side. We don't want to work it too much, okay? We want the pastry to be nice and cold. And right now, I'm going to help myself and just pinch with the fork all the edges, just like this. Once this is done, I'm going to get my knife and I'm just going to make little cuts on the top. I'm going to make about 4 to 5. You could do 3 to 4. It all depends how you want to just cut it. This is completely done. I'm going to just transfer it here to my baking dish and I'm going to continue. I'm doing the same thing. Just be generous with your cream cheese because this is really going to give it a delicious flavor. I'm adding the salmon, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt, and of course, the spinach. Just like this. I want to show you the steps so you know how to do it and prepare it at home. Just like this. Make the little cuts and these are done. I'm going to continue with the rest. And here I'm just adding a little bit more of the all-purpose flour. And I'm going to use my cookie cutter. I want to put just the flour on top of my pastry so it's really nice and beautiful. You know, I love to do my presentations really nice, and that's why I'm adding this extra step. Of course, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And here I'm just going to add the egg wash right on the top, just adding a little bit. We just want to brush it so that when they come out of the oven, they are nice and golden brown. We're going to do this to all of them. Just brush on the top, being generous. And now I'm adding my little pastry flour on the top to give it that beautiful flour on the top. And I'm just going to brush it with the egg wash. And then I am ready to put it in the oven. I'm taking this to my outdoor oven. And I have preheated the oven to 400 Fahrenheit and I'm gonna cook it for about 25 minutes. Look at this. Okay, I'm gonna continue with my broccoli flowers and I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the stem and then just cut it through the center. We want the pieces to be cut just like this. We're gonna cook it just for a little bit. We wanna make sure that we cut the flowers right through the middle. I'm gonna continue doing the rest until I am completely done cutting all my little flowers. Okay, this is completely done. I have preheated my pan and I'm just adding a little bit of water and 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, now I am ready to add my broccoli this side down, just like this, one by one. We want to cook it just for 2 to 3 minutes, no more than that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and just cover it and we're going to cook it for 2 to 3 minutes. Let's see how our puff pastries are doing. They look so beautiful and they smell delicious. Okay, this is completely done. Look at the flour right on the top. It looks so beautiful and golden brown. Okay, these are completely done. Let's go see how the broccoli is doing. It should be done by now. Okay, my broccoli is completely done. And you know something? I am ready for the presentation. And of course, I can't wait to taste this delicious broccoli with my salmon. Completely done with this stuffed pastry. with salmon and all the delicious flavor I added to this dish. But you know that this is the part I love, I enjoy, and I really look forward to tasting my recipes. And of course, strawberry watermelon lemonade that you already have on my channel. But let me stop talking and let me taste this delicious recipe. Excuse me. This definitely came out delicious and tasty. And of course, combined with this delicious lemonade, perfection. Perfect drink for this summer. This is a strawberry watermelon lemonade. You already have it on my channel. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, leave me your thumbs up, share my video on social media with friends, with relatives, with your neighbors, so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push the notification bell, and if you did, please leave it activated so every time I make a new recipe, yes, you are going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will continue enjoying this delicious stuffed pastry. Bye-bye.